Patricia back into you, Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I've been watching DALEKS, exclamation point, by BBC Studios. It's part of the Time Lord Victorious multi-platform, what they call it again? Multi-platform story, marketing initiative. I don't really know, But what I do know is this is awful. This is absolutely terrible. This is embarrassingly bad. It's been a long time since a Doctor Who fan has been, like, embarrassed by how something looks. You know, it's been a long freaking time. And it's really embarrassing. It basically fails in every way, shape, and form. The only thing good about it is Nicholas Briggs in it, his performance. But it's kind of lost. It's kind of, I mean, like, he does his best. Bless him. He does his best. But wow, it's really, really bad. And yeah, I have to tell you, fan stuff that I've seen. I was gonna put them into this review. I've seen for like 10 years ago is far superior. Go and look up Big Finish. They did Dalek Empire 4. They did a trailer of it. That's from 2007. 13 years ago. The animation, I mean, I'm telling you, the animation is significantly superior. I am amazed that people have been paid to produce this, because it just seems like just completely substandard work. This seems to be something that would be okay for, like, you know, some kind of like interdepartmental corporate thing. But as a professional entertainment, it's absolutely shocking. Fine, so we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be going into it in general. By the way, this is the second time I've recorded this review. I recorded it, posted it, but because I put like a little, like, it was this big. It was like a tiny little window next to me, so I could demonstrate, illustrate what I was saying. I got a copyright strike a copyright claim from BBC Studios, and the video's blocked worldwide. So I'm doing it again. I've taken a bunch of screen grabs. Hopefully this one will get through. I guess we'll find out. Before we get there, though, can I ask you guys, can you hit the subscribe button? That would be fan-freaking-tastic. Thank you very much. Hit the like button, hit the share button as well, but mostly hit that subscribe button. I've noticed that since the US election, my subscriber count has just been, like, freaking out. It goes up and down, up and down, up. It's like, it seems that YouTube, it seems like I'm doing pretty well, right? I'm getting quite a lot of growth going on, and then YouTube goes, oh, no, let's take away 10 of your subscribers. And they've been doing that like every other day. It's freaking me out. So listen, guys, hit the subscribe button. If you're subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. So if you subscribe, other than making a Rabbi very, very, very happy, which, you know, what more reason do you need, really? I mean, it's the easiest and cheapest way to make a Rabbi happy. I believe, I can't, look, most time to make a Rabbi happy, you know, the stereotype that Jews like money isn't so far off. You know, normally you make a Rabbi happy, you're paying something. This one's free. Just click the button. If you subscribe to the channel, you can enter my weekly competitions. The prize this week is the Mummy DVD, the Mummy Collection DVD box set. This has the Mummy and the Mummy 2, Mummy and the Mummy Returns, the Brendan Fraser one, with Rachel Weisz and, what's the guy? The guy looks like Mr. Ben. If they ever did a Mr. Ben movie, should be him, John Hannah, right? And I quite like these movies. All you need to do to win these is subscribe to the channel, and in the comments leave the hashtag Imhotep, which is of course the name of the fictional character that became the Mummy. Go check the video notes. Everything's written down there. You just copy and paste it. And we're doing the prize draw on the 22nd, day before the anniversary. What anniversary is that? This is 2020, so this is the 57th anniversary? I guess so, that makes sense. Of Dogs. So we'll be doing the giveaway then, and then we'll pick another fantabulous prize. And listen, for the winners, you should get excited. I'm actually up to date with mailing out the prizes. I got last week's one I need to mail out, and this week. But, you know, you might get your one, you know, a little bit quicker than normal. Fine, so let's talk about Daleks! Exclamation point. So Daleks! Exclamation point is part of Time Lord Victorious. Now, people keep asking, what the hell is Time Lord Victorious? So Time Lord Victorious is a marketing initiative. I think, the marketing executives, they did notice, strangely, ever since 2018, the sales have been on a nosedive, along with the ratings and everything else. It's been doing very, very, very badly. So they said to themselves, What factor? What is the factor that we've introduced Doctor Who that has made it like commercially implode? Why are we not selling the same type of merchandise, level of merchandise that we were up until now? I mean, yes, we had a gradual decline, but suddenly we've fallen off a cliff. And then they looked over at other metrics. They looked at the ratings of the Doctor Who, of the current era of Doctor Who, and they said, "Oh my gosh, they fell off a cliff at the same time. Maybe it's related." So they said, "Well, you know what? Let's do a marketing initiative, a multi-Doctor story that completely ignores the current era and just I think has." Everything, we're going to analyse it, and we're going to do everything that has worked in the past, everything that really sells for Doctor Who. So that's basically where I think Time Lord Victorious came from. They knew they had to centre it around David Tennant in Time Lord robes. Whoa, that's going to David Tennant looking dangerous in Time Lord robes. Yes, and that looks like it's saleable. And indeed, I bought a bunch of crap on the basis of that first poster by Lee Biding. He did a few of them, and they're all really good, right? And so I bought all the Big Finish stuff, and then I sort of got a bit of buyer's remorse. So I started to see what's going on. So what Time Lord Victorious is, it's basically two books. It's two books in which David Tennant's Doctor at the end of Waters of Mars decides to be Time Lord Victorious, and he wants to go and stop death. So there's these aliens called the Cthulhu that assign the life cycle to anything. They're really good. So basically, these two books tell the story, and then there's lots and lots of offshoots from that, kind of like sequels or prequels, or whatever, offshoots from that in different media that flesh out the story more. But the trouble is, it really doesn't. It was a good idea, in Inception, and then mostly it's been done. It's been implemented rather badly. So I have to tell you, Daleks, exclamation point, fits seamlessly into Time Lord Victorious in that way, in that it was a pretty good idea. Honestly, they should have had some free content front and center to draw you into the story, or actually the story itself. To me, it seems pretty obvious. They should have got Jake Dubman to record an hour-long version of that first book, which ends up with the Doctor going back to the dawn of time, to stop this race called the Cthulhu existing, and he's met there at the end. The cliffhanger is he's met by the Ninth Doctor with a fleet of vampire ships, from the vampires from the State of Decay, and also the Eighth Doctor with a Dalek with a Dalek fleet. Fine. So how we got to the Eighth Doctor with a Dalek fleet, I have no idea how we got to the Ninth Doctor. That's in a story called Monstrous Beauty. You know what? By jiggery, I'll finish reading that. And I'll do the review on that tomorrow. So we got there by Titan Comics. Titan's Comics entry into this was completely disposable. Completely not there, because they saw, we like David Tennant. David Tennant sells comics. So what they did a story where David Tennant is kind of chased by the Daleks for like 3/4 of it, like half an issue. It was kind of boring. Then finally captured by him, by the Daleks, and they needed the Doctor's help to get into this. Get into this repository of weapons or something, because they've invaded a planet with people they can't beat because they're big mud monster people. It wasn't very good. So at the end of that story, they go, David Tennant's Doctor goes, "Oh, bye!" And the Daleks, by the way, don't know about the Time War. Things have been changed. The David Tennant runs off at the end after having a quick cameo from the 13th Doctor, because they can't live without shoehorning the 13th Doctor into freaking everything with David Tennant. And the Dalek said, "Oh, you know what? Let's go after the 8th Doctor instead. I'll try again." And that's what the next Big Finish, which I'm about to review, is all about. So that's basically where we are. So the Dalek story, this Daleks exclamation point, talks about their invasion of this planet, which led them to the big mud monsters that you saw in Titan's comic. But who cares? Who cares? To tell you the truth, the only part of Time Lord Victorious right so far, which I think has been any good, has been it's called a Big Finish short trip. It's called the Master Thief, which wasn't a good one, but also I can't remember. Basically, you had the Delgado Master in one and the Alien Master in the other one. The Delgado Master, Was by a new writer, and it kind of felt a bit gimmicky. It didn't really work for me. It felt like they were really relying on gimmicks. But the other one, the one with the alien master, John Carshall plays both of these and he's freaking fantastic. His alien master, absolutely fantastic. It's a really good story. That one I really, really, really enjoyed, and I wanted to know more about it. You got aliens doctor has been trapped on this planet for many, many years, and that sounds like an interesting trip. I would like to find out how he got there and know more about that. I do hope they flesh that out a little bit more, because that, again, I freaking love that. But everything else has been really, really, really bad. And again, Daleks, exclamation point, fits seamlessly into that. It's just, I can't believe people were paid to make this. So let's have a look at this. By the way, again, I want to encourage you to go to YouTube, look up Big Finish, was it Big Finish Dalek Empire 4. They have a trailer from 2007, which is works so much better because it's got so much better an understanding of Doctor Who, of Daleks, and the fandom and the audience. They have this innate understanding. And the question I have is, why didn't they just commission Big Finish? Why didn't they just commission Big Finish to oversee this? Because the rollout of this has been atrocious as well. The first part of it is an escape room where with a Dalek in it, which explains why they can go back to the dawns of time. I'm like, well, isn't that a pretty important bit of information? This thing that's supposed to be time. No, I don't know what to tell you. It's just been atrociously done. So speaking of atrocious done, let's have a look at this. So this we see this is pretty much the opening. The one of the opening bits to it, and let me zoom in, and you can see like the complete lack of texturing. Lack of reality. Everything's very, very uniform, right? Everything's clearly. It seems to me they built this all from like a plug and play engine, and they're trying to disguise their lack of texturing and just lack of work they put into this by having this like kind of ridiculous lighting. So let's have a look a little bit more, which shows one. And again, you see, just look at the lack of texturing in this. So this to me looks about the same standard as there was a Doctor Who video game from late 2000s, maybe late 90s, early 2000s, maybe, called The Destiny of the Doctors, which is, by the way, it's worth looking up on YouTube because Anthony Ainley, as the last time he played the Doctor, and he filmed a lot of inserts for it, which were actually really good. I liked his costume. I liked all that stuff. But in terms of like the gameplay, the animated gameplay, but it seemed to be roughly similar to this, and the technology is, a little bit moved on. But again, you just see how smooth and like featureless these Daleks are, and also soulless. Again, I can't show you because they copyright claimed it. But the way everything moves is too fast. It's too slick. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't give the impression of reality. Dalek Tales, by the way, is another one you should look up on YouTube. Again, you can the movements of the characters within that seem to be grounded. One second. So we see, where is this? Down here. They have these figures in. This is just shockingly bad. Let me zoom in so you can see them. Okay, so they look okay when they're not moving, but firstly, the acting in it they did, there was no urgency to it. These people are facing a Dalek fleet about to invade, and they're like, it's again. It just seems like lazy production. But also when they move, their legs didn't lift up. They just kind of moved. It was freaking awful. It was just, again, I can't believe they paid somebody to make this. It's shocking. Again, this shows you, the lack of texturing on it, and I think again the lack of love. But here we really see it over here. Look at this. Again, this to me looks like Destiny of the Daleks from like Destiny of the Doctor. It's shocking. I mean, this looks like you show in a production meeting. So this is what it'll look like, roughly after we finish. This looks like previs. It doesn't look like professional, imagery. And I think they try and cover it up with this like ridiculous, oversaturated lighting. I know. We zoom here. Let's look at zoom in it. You see like 0, 0 text string, but it's kind of like pushed to the side by the lighting of the eye stalk and the whatever they call it, the floaty bits, the floaty lights. I don't want to get overly technical with you here. Okay, but then it really goes into overdrive of all this. Which this is something I've got. Like I did some screen grabs, like from frame. So you see the Daleks attacking the city. Again, you see the city like just as featureless blocks of stuff. But look at this explosion, right? Like how? How did that happen? Like how on earth do they think, oh, that'll do, that work? And it actually gets worse when you see it, because the way the explosions unfold are even less convincing than the it is in the next frame. You see, I mean, it looks utterly ridiculous. Right? I don't want to be copyright claims as well. So yeah, animation is just subpar. The story, really bad. The story's really bad. Yeah, the Daleks show up at this planet and say, "You will surrender the archive to us." They're after this archive thing, and they go, "No, we won't." "Yes, you will." "No, we won't." Yeah, and that's basically it for 10 minutes. Really, that is basically it for 10 minutes. The sound design, which was by Steve Foxon, who's done work for Big Finish, so I imagine it's better than something different. It's absolutely awful. The sound design is muted, and the music doesn't work. And again, I wish I could show you that, but it's absolutely awful. It's so non-engaging, so immersive. And then add on to that the character design and the casting. Again, awful. So here, these are, I think, the worst offenders. These are the guardians of this archive. And again, they clearly put it in because they didn't want to animate anybody's feet moving, because that seems to be too much work for them, doesn't it? But also the casting's terrible as well. So these are robot guardians of of this archive of all knowledge. Let me zoom in on them a little bit, right? And so they cast, the lead one is Aisha, Atoin. She's in Hobby City. She was also in the Bernie Summerfield audios in a really good character that really fit her, called Ruth, right? And, I like that character. I thought she was good in that. Here she plays like this ethereal alien archivist robot, right? And she just sounds a bit housing estate for it. It's like, why is this robot programmed to have a housing estate accent and delivery and then try and cover it up? She seems horribly miscast in the role. And if I was going to guess, and this is not a pleasant thing to guess, if I was going to guess, I think she was cast primarily for her gender and skin color. I think because she doesn't fit the role at all. And again, it's not that she's a bad actress. I've seen her in other things where she was cast well, and she's been good. She's been very good. And you got to ask yourself, listen. If gender and skin color is like that important to you, there are quite a few black women out there, right? There are quite a few of them. Maybe you could have found one who does acting who would have fit this role a bit better. Because this is, I don't understand. I just don't understand how they thought this was acceptable or professional in any way. And then when the Daleks start attacking, they start wobbling unconvincingly. Just everything about this is cheap and has got this it'll-do atmosphere, which is where I think they probably are with Doctor Who right now. It seems to me that the BBC just really don't care that much. It seems like the current production team are just like, I couldn't care less. I mean, I really don't like the current production, right? But but I recognise it has fans. I reckon it has fans that love it. And you know why I recognise that? Because I'm a fan that loves Doctor Who. And I know if anybody else is out there loving this era of Doctor Who, and they got as much pleasure, or even like a thimbleful amount of pleasure that I have over the years, I'm more power to you. I'm really happy for you, right? And I know there are real, genuine, passionate, dedicated fans, and they are just being defecated on by the current production team. Like, there's like no trailer. The Children Need thing was a 1 minute pitch from Jodie Whittaker and Mandip Gill that both look pretty darn bored and irritated to be there. Like a pre-recorded thing. It's just like the disdain for the audience, the lack of production notes in Doctor Who magazine. and the lack of input they have in Doctor Who magazine. But then again, when they do have any input and when they do production notes, they're unbelievably boring. They're just like, they're so boring. And the overwhelming vibe of, oh my God, I hate doing this. Yeah, this is what I get. I just hate doing this. That's the vibe I get from Chibnall, right? But also I think BBC Studios, this is a lackluster thing to put out, which I think was a last minute addition to try and pull people into this initiative, which quite frankly you sold on the basis of one poster. Let's say maybe three. Well, say you sold on the basis of two posters, which were good. Nothing has met the promise of posters. Certainly not this utter dreck. They should be just ashamed of themselves. They should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. And I can see why they did copyright claim, my video, which was my review, which was scathing for good bloody reason. For good reason. This is just not good enough. Just not good enough. Bottom line. Look, I encourage you to try and watch it. It'll probably give you a headache just to see how insanely bad it is, because it's insanely bad. It's just, again, fails on every freaking level. So there you go there. My name is Fehr and you're Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share and subscribe and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.